What is going on, everybody? Let's talk about the no line of sight shooting options in the AdMech book. And we're going to actually do a comparison here between the Skorpius Disintegrator and what one of the viewers brought up, the potential use as just the Archaeopter Stratoraptor as your choice to deal with, say, hidden units or hiding no line of sight vehicles like a Mana Core or something. The Disintegrator is coming in at 145. The Flyer is coming in at 180 with the Chaff Launcher. So, but without the Chaff Launcher, it's 145 to 160. So they're pretty close in points. Now, the Disintegrator is traditional no line of sight shooting for the AdMech. It's the only option. It is a tank that's toughness 7 with 12 wounds, so it's a pretty good profile with the +1 wound there. It has some other nice guns with the missiles and the Disruptor Missile Launcher. Plus, it's got some heavy stubbers. But if you're hiding it completely out of the enemy's line of sight, you're only getting to use the Belarus Energy Cannon, which is 36-inch range, 3d3, strength 5, which is not ideal. AP1, 2 damage. It is blast, though, and you can target people who are not visible. You have the Broad Spectrum Data Tether, which is very, very easy to forget. But you can select one friendly Skitarii core within 6 of this model until the start of your next command phase. Add one of their leadership characteristic, and they gain the Data Tether keyword. So I've never used that once yet. Just units have Data Tether if I want to give it to them with like 5 points or whatever it is for the units. They both have the Doctrina Imperatives, so that could give them, say, the +1 ballistic skill. That's the big one for him. The +1 armor save is also nice, bringing him up to a 2-up save. He is also Skitarii. So, in Mars... I lost my bookmark, sorry. I believe in Mars he gets Canicles. There we go. There it is. Skitarii units with this dogma gain the Canicles of the Messiah. So he's Skitarii. He would get the Canicles if he's in Mars. Now, let's check out the airplane. Not a super popular choice right now, but it does look interesting. It's a little bit more expensive, as we said. It's only got 10 wounds instead of 12, but it's still toughness 7. 3-up save, it goes to a 2-up during the Doctrine. 2 ballistic skill during the Doctrine. The move is insane on this. 20 to 50, it can double pivot. It's a maneuverable aircraft. It's -1 to hit. You can't charge it unless you fly. It can hover if it needs to, blah, blah, blah. If you give it the Chaff Launcher, it also gains the Smokescreen keyword, which is a Stratagem, which I believe gives you -1 to hit. And I'm almost positive on that, but let's double check. Yep, and since exhaust 1 CP, subtract 1 from the attacker's hit roll if you have the Smokescreen keyword. So for 1 CP, you can take -1 to hit on this. You already have a built-in -1 to hit, but if you hover, you could still keep your -1 to hit, or you could have -2 to hit just in case your enemy happens to have +1 to hit. So you can keep them at a -1. Sort of interesting. You have 2 Cognis heavy stubbers, so you got 8 strength 4 shots. You got 2 heavy phosphor blasters, so that's another 6 strength 6 AP2 damage 1 shots, and they do not get the benefit of dense cover. And then you got a twin Cognis Laws Cannon, which is Assault 2, Strength 9, AP3, D3 +3. And then also the Chaff Launcher reduces all damage you take by 1. Now, if you don't take the... actually, I can't remember. Let me see. The bear gains a data keyword, following command uplink. Okay, and then the command uplink. But you lose the uplink if you take the Chaff Launcher. Yeah. So the interesting question is, do you want this airplane to fly across the battlefield and pick out those hidden units that, say, maybe the rest of your army can't see? It has incredible maneuverability and great firepower. Or are you happy with this guy sitting in your deployment zone, potentially hiding, maybe drawing some line of sight for these missiles, which are also nice. I mean, the missiles are D6, Strength 7, AP2, D3 damage with Blast. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts. I think if you're looking for that, no line of sight shooting option, they're both a good choice. Now, this one has the true no line of sight. This one's just so maneuverable. You can just fly across the battlefield. You're going to be able to land and see anything you want with your giant base and your incredible 50-inch move. So nothing can hide from you, period. Interesting. I would probably lean... Well, as of right now, I have one of these, and I've played with it, and it's nice, but I haven't noticed this 3d3 strength 5-2 damage, no line of sight shooting being super necessary, I guess, for my army. Because a lot of times you can see most of the enemy army, and you just demolish them with all your firepower in this crazy codex. There are some potential Forge World buffs here that we can take a look at that might further help you decide if you're doing a vehicle build. So, in Mars, you're going to get a reroll. Oh, I think the airplane is Skitarii as well. Yeah, the airplane's Skitarii as well. D3 plus 3 damage with Canicles of the Messiah, very powerful. Getting that reroll damage roll for the one Canicle. So both of them are Skitarii, so they benefit greatly from Mars, plus the rerolling one of your hit rolls, which is going to be great for that las cannon or any weapon. No need to worry about the Wrath of Mars for them. There's better options. Lucius, probably not that interesting. Each time a model with this Dogma and Agrippina makes a ranged attack and the target's within half range, you can improve the characteristic by 1. So this one's really great for the airplane if you're looking at this, because you can always land within half range of your weapons and basically give your whole tank, your airplane plus 1 AP, which is nice. Worth checking out if that's your build of choice. We don't need to worry about Graia. You can get the Shroud, but you already have -1 to hit built in the airplane, so that's a little something for your Disintegrator. Ryza, no big deal, nothing important, and whatever, Metallica. But here's one that's interesting. If you go with the Data Horde Forge World, so say you build a small detachment of vehicles and put all your vehicles in this detachment, you don't want to do Mars, which is a great choice. Mars is a great choice. You can give your vehicles Magna Bonded Alloys. Each time a vehicle model in this Dogma would lose a wound, roll a d6. On a 6, the wound is not lost. So you could give all your vehicles in this Forge World a 6-up Feel No Pain, essentially, which on the airplane, -1 to damage and a 6-up Feel No Pain and a built-in -1 to hit. Or on the Disintegrator, you got 1 extra wound and a 6-up Feel No Pain. Great. And then, on top of that, you can go with a secondary choice here. This one here, Auto Savant. In your command phase, each vehicle in your army regains a wound, which is pretty strong. So, healing... I mean, obviously you want to load up on some vehicles, if you're going to take this, of course. But healing a wound every turn, so if you don't die, you heal a wound. As you know, there's a lot of characters in this army that can heal vehicles, although they will greatly struggle to keep up with the airplane. Most models with this Dogma also are considered double the remaining wounds for their characteristic chart, so that helps keep their ballistics skill high. Or another option, actually, is the servo-focused auguries. Each time a model with this Dogma makes a ranged attack with a Cognis weapon that targets a unit within half range, you can re-roll the hit roll. So re-roll hit rolls at half range with Cognis weapons. And look what we got here. Twin Cognis las cannons or 2 Cognis heavy stubbers. So in half range, which is 24-inch range with these las cannons, you're re-rolling the hit rolls. So just some things to check out for you. Let me know which one you're thinking of. The electrofilament countermeasures at the start of your movement. This is a 2CB for the airplane. Use a stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select one Archaeopter model in your army that is equipped with a command uplink. So not if you've replaced it, unfortunately. Yep, if you keep the command uplink, you can use this strat, or you replace it with the chaff launcher. I like the -1 damage on that chaff launcher, but you know, it's like 20 points. So, but anyway, if you have a command uplink, end of your movement phase, select one model or Archaeopter model in your army that is equipped with the command uplink, and one enemy unit within 6 of that model. Until the start of your next movement phase, that enemy unit is not affected by aura abilities of other enemy units. So you could take away all the rerolls of a unit, potentially when the orcs come out. They're, they usually get some sort of buff to their leadership by like having orcs around them. If that happens to be an aura in the new book, you could take away the aura of a big unit of boys, shoot up a bunch of them, and watch a bunch of them run away. It's a nice little stratagem. It is 2 CPs though, and there is no shortage of wonderful stratagems in this book. I think both models visually look incredible. One downside of the shooty airplane is I think the bomber airplane with those mortal wounds and a cheaper price per points is a really, really nice choice. And one downside of the disintegrator is quite a bit cheaper points. You could take dune crawlers and they still have great firepower. They are just lacking the no line of sight gun. So let me know your thoughts. How are you going to pick out those enemy units hiding behind terrain? Are you deep striking in with something else? Did I miss something? Let me know in the comments. If you like the AdMech videos, please like and subscribe. This is the first video with the new webcam, so we're still working out how to use it, and hopefully the video looks good. Let me know if you like the look of the new webcam. I'll try to be doing some paint streams this month to test that out as well, get back into painting on camera. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.